each bank, and then I want to add now financial institutions. There used to be an important distinction between a savings and loan and a commercial bank and some other lenders. So we're going to use bank a little generically to capture credit unions, all of those. Each bank must keep some fraction of deposits as required reserves. This is the term you need to know. Required reserves. RR, big RR. Each bank is required to keep some fraction of deposits as required reserves. They got two places to put that. They can keep them on account with the Fed, or as vault cash. That counts as money not lent out. So on any given day, if that magic percent is 10%, the Federal Reserve can go audit their books and say, hey, you've got $3 million on deposit in the form of checking accounts and savings accounts and time deposits, and we're requiring you to hold 10% of that back. You can loan out 90%, that's fine, but you got to be holding back 10%. What form does that need to take? Well, you can have essentially an account with the Fed or all the cash in your vault. Those two things have to add up to that percent. So for example, if the required reserve ratio, if the required, and I'm throwing another term at you here, so required reserve ratio, I'm going to do triple little r. If the required reserve ratio is 0.10, then 10% of total deposits must not be loaned out. If the required reserve ratio is 0.10, that just means 10% of total deposits must not be loaned out. All right, so your amount of required reserves is equal to your required reserve ratio times total deposits. Putting on some equation goggles here. I've got $3 million on account at my bank. 10% must be held back. 300,000 is the dollar amount that needs to be held back. So if this is 3 million and this is 10%, then that would mean you've got $300,000 that must take the form of vault cash or deposits at the Fed. Hopefully, through kind of trial and error, whatever that percent is that's set by the government, by the way, is enough to facilitate normal business. You come in, you want your 10,000, you got your 10,000. As long as everybody doesn't come in for their 10,000, then there's problems. All right, questions on that?